Is he in the vehicle?
Yeah. I'm at Race Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
Is it inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, hey you guys. Welcome to the live. Sorry we're running a little bit late today. Adam was uploading a video, and well, then it was just being a little bit late. Anyways, you guys, welcome to the live. It's really a case update live on multiple things that are really going on. But of course, again, congratulations to you, Adam, on your channel being monetized now.
Thanks.
And yeah, so again, if you guys want to support Adam, Adam still needs to meet the $100 threshold for YouTube. So if you guys want to give him a super thanks or anything on his videos, that would be really great to help him out if you guys could, for all the people that are able to. If not, then go over there, perhaps watch his videos, give him a like and a share, and share his content. Always about supporting. Yeah, absolutely. And so you just uploaded a video, like I said, just before this live, Adam, and it was to do with Scotty Morris.
Yeah. Yes, it was. I made it earlier. I made it earlier this evening, and then I finished it all. And I mean, anyone that's ever made a video knows that, like, for the sound effects and the music to all go in, it takes a long time to put it all in the right place. And then, like, I went to, like, I was gonna I uploaded it, but I put it private to see if it would check for everything. And then I like looked, and there were like some comments from Scotty's twin sister that she put on TikTok tonight, and they've been deleted since. But I got the screenshots of them, and so I was like, oh, like, well, I want to add those to the video. So that was like 45 seconds. Then that threw everything off. So I was like, you know,
I know. And so it goes. I've been working actually on a video for the last like 3 days. And because I'm putting a little bit of animation into it, and not like I'm this great animator, but I'm trying to make it seem like, you know, like as if you're there kind of thing. So it's for Nicola Bulley on there. And so, yeah, and it just takes a lot of time. It takes just little details. They just take a lot of time. So, yeah. So you guys, again, welcome to the live. Let's say some hellos for Shelly. Jess is in the house. Miss Dog Lover. Hey, Miss Dog Lover. We'll get to something in a sec there, Miss Dog Lover. Janet, how are you? Jill Moser's in the house. Outback, Bass Girl's in the house. Yeah, I know it's late there. It's early in the morning is what you mean. Hurry up, Adam. I think it was Sunny more so. Well, it was both of us, actually. Hey, Tommy Baker, how are you? Sharon Parker's in the house. Let's see. Lisa Marie's in the house. Let's see. Streamlabs is always in here.
Always.
Or at least when it's working. Hi, Jerry. There's Lacey's son. How are you? Fibro Critter. And there's Sharon right there. Oh, McDougal's in the house. Hey, beautiful people. Hey, McDougal tree. Yeah. Oh, Deb's in the house. Deb's in Florida, enjoying her vacation. I'm
She's.
sure that's why
I can't.
she's just relaxing now, I think.
Sonny, did you know that Deb's JLR's sister?
Deb, I just want to know, were you down at the auction house today? His JLR was doing his live from Murdaugh's auction? Yeah. So sees
Just
throughs in the house. Go ahead, TTM. What were you gonna say?
no, I said just playing, just playing.
Uh, there's Grandma watches. Hello,
Hey,
TTM.
Grandma, watch it.
Grandma watches. Asked when I glanced and thought you were mine. Oh, I thought she said, I thought you were mine. Looking good in the beanie, Sonny. You are beautiful as always. Thank you very much. And again, and I just want to thank again Sally for buying us a cup of coffee the other day. I'm not sure if I thanked for that one because she had bought one. She had bought one and then she had bought us five a couple days ago. So I just want to make sure
Thank
that
you.
I hadn't said thank you to that. That's where we do shout outs when I see those on the next live. So did Kline really change his plea? Um, well, yeah. Let's see what we have here. 1 second.
Did you put anything out about that today? Because I did not, because
No.
I didn't fully understand it, and I never got an email back because, of course, I didn't check my messages until 5:30 p.m. And you know who closes at 5 p.m.? The county clerk's office.
Yeah. When Adam showed it to me, because I was too working on a video just like him, and so when he's seen it, it was sent to him a couple hours previously. But when we asked the courthouse for the documents, it was obviously too late. So let's just hold on, exit that.
Unless Sherry over there is at home looking at her emails, and maybe I'll check real quick.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's take a look quickly at this. Okay, so let's talk about this quickly. Okay, so tomorrow at how do I want to, what time is, what, it's 5 o'clock standard your time that this is on tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah, we're on at 5 o'clock. We're on at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
Okay, so
9 p.m. in the UK.
In the UK, we will be on Crime Scene to Courtrooms channel. Alexa, Adam, and myself, we will be on, like I said, John's channel, and we'll be covering the Idaho. So this will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Pacific time, so that's 2 p.m. for me, and the UK time, that is 9 p.m. Okay, guys? So hopefully all our followers in that will come over there and join us at that time. I will tweet it and all that stuff in just a bit here after the live. So again, thanks. Remember, John was on this channel from Crime Scene to Courtroom.
He's such a cool guy, and so genuine and knowledgeable.
Yeah, I've talked to him each day pretty much actually since we have done the live. Just a really nice guy. There's Chaotic Beauty. Oh, Chaotic Beauty. It just dawned on me today. No, they didn't have any other ones. They just had that one when I went back and asked. And I thought about that when I was in the vehicle because I looked the other day or went back there the other day. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm not sure if you have come across it yet yourself. It just reminded me because we were at Walmart. Weird Walmart, by the way. It was underground. And there was a cinema across from it, which reminded me going, oh, I gotta talk to Chaotic and Delphi. Anyways, hey Belinda, how are you? So I mean, I hope you find it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still looking. Okay. On there. Okay.
And Chaotic, I didn't go to the theater on Sunday. I'm trying to find time to go do that.
Not procrastinator, Adam. I am.
No, I was going to go see a movie and I just haven't had time.
Yeah. Let me just quickly grab that link. I will be putting the link. Like I said, I will be doing it, but let me just quickly go over to John's channel here. No, and I'll just grab his link there. Okay. So again, we'll be covering Idaho. And so I'm just going to drop the link now, guys. And here, let me go put it in the live stream as well. And I'll put it in the details there. That way it will be in this live at the end of the show as well for that. So we appreciated John coming on our channel as we discussed. Yeah. And we're going to be talking Idaho over on his channel. So drop the link there again, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys? 9 p.m. UK time and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you just got to bump yourself up or down, whichever. Well, probably up, I guess. All right. Okay.
And if you're in one of those places that doesn't do daylight savings, I don't know what time it is there. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Okay. So, although we don't have the paperwork yet, this is
probably.
Pardon?
I'll probably have it in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I think we both sent off for it because I sent off for it, and then you had called and sent off for it too. So
yeah,
it says on
you sent me that before you sent Sunny hers.
Yeah. Okay, so this was my fault too because I keep needing to add Kegan Kline to the docs pop and I keep forgetting. I was always thinking Richard Allen. So it says motion filed, motion to reorder and renumber counts and amend information. The courts grant motion to reorder and renumber counts and amend charging information. Okay, so this is where I think that again, this is in order to do with, let's say, the change of plea. We don't have it in front of us, obviously, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be everything to do with that change of plea and, whatever information comes with that, as we'll see probably tomorrow,
Right.
Unless someone puts it out today. Never looked on docs, or the other guy should maybe later, but anyways. So as for Kegan Kline, obviously there's something up, right? Bottom line is there's something up. If it doesn't seem right, smell right, taste right, whatever, that means it's because something's up. So kind of probably like CD said, like they were working on some sort of agreement. So maybe however they want to word it and not use the word, say, plea agreement and et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, it looks like there's going to be a change of plea, but something must be up. Something must have been given in order to, what I mean? You're not going to, you're not going to offer a plea of guilty without something to benefit Kegan Kline. It's just not going to happen. So there's obviously something, in a sense, going on with the charges, with the amount of time, etc., to a change of plea. So who knows exactly what that is at the moment. But like I said, you're not going to sit there and plead guilty for, with exactly what you've seen already. It will come to do with probably 5 charges being dropped, which we knew, but I'm sure there was some sort of, maybe, I don't know, lowering or a certain amount of time that was given. I'm sure time will heal, especially when the rest sleep. And I'm sure in time I will heal, and when I'll be better than ever, especially on there. And Sharon Parker, I hope you're doing okay, or you're doing better. I know you've been through a rough spurt as well. Alexa's on the mend, or trying to be on the mend. So anyone that's having some health issues going on, including myself, you guys, it's just this whole getting old thing isn't so pretty, isn't it? It's not. It's like this, and the body just doesn't match it, even though for me, like, this used to be like a calculator. Now it's like, where's some sticky notes, I think clocks go back in Australia. Yeah, I think, I know for the UK, they're about 2 weeks out from when we change our time clocks as well. Let's see, they're all out of order in rhyme or reason, dates, and felonies, all mixed up. I know rhyme or reason and dates. I still wonder exactly what the police took. Him out of jail for. I'm sure that will be exactly to do with the Wabash River search. You know that there's something that's there. It's just, it's too much of a. It's not even a coincidence. It's just too much of a this happened, and this happened, and this happened.
Right.
So something out of it.
Right. Well, not to mention, remember the Keegan was taken out of custody. He was they transferred custody for Keegan, and the next day the river search started.
Right. So again,
or like the next day. Yeah.
Yeah. Each to their own. I still fully believe that he will work his way into the Delphi at some part of it, and that will to do with like the luring or giving access to that account or something. Let's see, who does? Hey, who does? After he pleads and is sentenced, don't be surprised if he files an appeal, but technically he won't be able to appeal the actual sentence since he is pleading guilty. Right. Hey, Sally. I just thank you earlier again for the cups of coffee. I'm not sure if you heard that, obviously, if you're just probably coming in. But I just want to give you a shout out, Sally, and say thank you so much. Especially this month. This month is especially horrible, but so all those little things help. So I just want to say thank you very much. Is Peace in the house? Hey, Peace. How are you?
Hey, Peace.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Let's see here. I'm sore today after cleaning the shower with my bad guys are in their 20s. Enjoy that. I need to keep Kegan in prison. He will only get worse over time. No better. They already gave him a wake-up call chance back in 2000. Right. He didn't learn. He didn't care. No. Old habits die hard, don't they? I really still don't feel like he understood the ramifications of really what he was truly doing. I don't. Sometimes when people do things on the internet, and then they don't even think that they're, like they're as big of a deal as what they are and stuff like that until, the popo comes knocking at your door.
Right.
And starts taking your computer and all your devices and stuff like that. Like there's been a lot going on with a lot of, pedos going on. There's been some arrests going on in Indiana. A lot of arrests going on in Indiana. And every time you turn around and, always in my head, I just kind of in my head always keep thinking that it's so sick and twisted that adults would even want to do stuff like that.
Right.
Like it's just.
It's good that we can't understand it, because if we could understand it, it would mean that our minds work like theirs do.
Yeah, it's just a really weird thought that's disgusting, to be honest with you. It's just yeah. I woke up today, that little rain was a little chilly, but it felt good. Never. Thanks for asking. Hey, JDR. I'm 44 in a few weeks and still in my 20s, but my body is old as well, I'm 53 and my body is so that means there really is another killer. I absolutely believe that there's that. Again, we've had nothing but time to really speculate still on stuff, and only with any of these cases, actually, you got Brian Koberger in jail, you got Richard Allen in jail, you got all these cases, and it's kind of like you're just really biding time. Nicola Bulley, we're waiting on her, perhaps autopsy to be revealed to us to what it was. Like, was it an accident? Was it herself unaliving herself? Was it an abduction? Some people think. A lot of people actually think that, to be honest with you. I would say that if he probably did a more of a poll, most people still think that It's an abduction. It's just always these questions. We have all these questions and so few answers, eh? Anyways, let's see. Oh, back. Are you glowing, Ken? Yeah, I don't think Deb's back yet, right? You were.
No, she was going to be there for like a week or like 9 days.
I think it was 10. I think it was 10. Okay, so let me just come back. Horses kind of freak me
Right.
out with their ginormous teeth. So many cases that come to head. Yeah. So again, when it comes to Kegan Kline, like I said, as soon as we have the paperwork, if it's out, I mean, it could be out there somewhere already, but you guys know it's simply going to be doing with the change of plea deal that will happen on the 30th of this month in like 7 days here, and see what's going on with that case. Um,
Right.
I'm gonna stop this screen for a second,
Right.
and I'm gonna pull up this because we have a few things that we'd like to go through.
Yeah.
And so let's see here.
And I am paying attention, even though I'm looking down. It's just I'm monitoring something as well. See
Yeah,
what's being
yeah,
on. So,
yeah. Yeah, like here's a case right here where it's like when police asked 53-year-old Michael Horn of Kokomo why he thought he was sitting in the police department being questioned by officers, the man reportedly answered that it might have something to do with the missing 14-year-old boy. Now, this is not to do with Scotty Morris. This is a different 14-year-old boy found in the bathroom with an apparent hickey on his neck. So basically, he basically said that they wouldn't find anything in his home, and then they go there, and then the 14-year-old boy's in the bathroom looking lethargic, and the boy doesn't remember at all. Like he said, he didn't have this hickey the night before, and like it's just like I said,
disgusting.
there's just like lots of arrests and different things going on right now, for sure. So stop screen, present. Go to a different one here. So that was now. So let's go to uh, Nathan Millard. So if anyone's Idaho4 when will covers defense motion to suppress evidence. Just a pop up there. So squirrel. Anyways, so if anyone knows of the Nathan Millard case, okay. So this was that father of 5 that basically went missing. For about 2 weeks, he went to some sort of meeting, and I think was it Florida? Was it Florida? They went to the meeting in.
Yes, I think.
Okay, so yeah, well,
this the guy that was missing in Arkansas or Alabama.
Wherever Baton Rouge is.
Alabama, right?
Okay, so Alabama, my bad. Okay, so Alabama.
No, Baton Rouge is in Mississippi, isn't it?
Okay, right. Yes, it has to be Mississippi because they were searching the Mississinawa River or something like that. Whatever.
Well, no, then that would be Louisiana.
No, hold on. No. Okay, I'm getting my things mixed up. That was to do with Scottie, I think, the Mississinawa. Yeah. Okay, so let's back that up. So wherever Baton Rouge is, if I'm saying that right. So Nathan Millard, like I said, a father of 5, right? They ended up finding him wrapped up in a carpet and, dead. And obviously he didn't put himself in the carpet over there. So
right.
This is more like the latest case that says.
Thank you. Never said.
But
I knew it was Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay. It's okay. Sometimes when you go over cases, there's just like so much stuff in your head. And so it says Nathan Millard was given bad drugs intentionally. Drug dealer disposed of Georgia father's body, then tried to relocate it. Oh, for a reward. Of course.
Oh my God.
Right.
Really?
So yeah. So let's just read what this says here. Let's see. Nathan Millard, a Walton County father, was found dead 2 weeks ago after he vanished while on a business trip in Baton Rouge. Police say Millard's body was found in an abandoned lot on March 6th. Police have since arrested a known drug dealer in the area on several charges, including improper disposal of a body. Now, new details have emerged in the case of Millard's family says that they received an anonymous phone call claiming that the tourist was possibly given bad drugs as part of a setup and detailing an alleged scheme with the Baton Rouge drug dealer to relocate Millard's body so he could claim the reward for finding him, which I'm sure is this dude here. Let's see. Millard was looking. Okay. An arrest warrant for Derek Stanka. That's a nice middle name. Derek Stanka Perkins, the accused drug dealer arrested in the case, previously alleged that Millard had overdosed and died at the property of Laurie Burgess Avenue hours after he was last seen alive. Those documents cite witnesses' accounts saying Millard was kicked out of several bars in downtown before he met up with Perkins on the night of February 22nd. Millard, who has a history of addiction, oh really, according to the police documents, was later seen making withdrawals at an ATM at a Greyhound bus station on Florida Boulevard. Okay. So Millard, who had a history of addiction? Huh. Okay. Police
So
side.
I guess he had he had some things, some secrets.
Yeah, he definitely had some skeletons in his closet, didn't he? Police said a security guard. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's like you look at the guy and you wouldn't think so. You're just thinking, but then when you heard about the drugs, you're like, okay, you definitely got some probably secrets, dude, if you're looking, you know, searching out for drugs. And yeah, so obviously he OD'd because they gave him bad drugs or whatever. And then they, you know, the dealer tried to make good of his body and tried to make some money off of it for a reward. Isn't that a nice world, eh? So yeah, so he was later seen making ATMs at the Greyhound bus station in Florida on Florida Boulevard. Police said a security guard at the bus station offered to call a ride for Millard, but he reportedly refused and told the worker he was looking for something to make him feel better and a girl to take back to his room. Okay, dude. Okay. What? All right, dude.
Okay. Well, maybe he just went to the bar. Maybe he just went to the bar to get the stuff.
Right. Okay. So obviously this poor wife and family are not only that the dad goes missing and is found up dead, and then they have to deal with on top of that obviously he's a cheater and does drugs, if she didn't know that already. All right. So Millard was found dead more than a week later on March 6th, wrapped in a rug and covered in plastic sheeting. You know what? The link for this is in the video description of this live. So very sad. You know, can I just say this? It's truly sad when something like this happens. And then once this person is deceased, then the family starts knowing that there's these secrets that were in the closet. Like, who knows what his wife knew or didn't know? Either way, the children probably had no idea. And now they're...
That happened to a friend of mine with her dad.
Yeah. You know,
he didn't pass, but
yeah, it's chances are it's pretty good not, you know, probably a good idea not to have any skeletons in your closet. You know, I mean, mind you, he's gone and passed now, but the family still has to grieve. Not only do they have to grieve for this, but then they have to, on top of that, feel that grieving of that he wasn't faithful and he did, you know, and he overdosed. Well,
and he doesn't have to deal with the ramifications now because you know, I mean, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, you know, I mean, think about Blaine as well. You know, someone that, you know, was clean, and then, you know, and then Ashley had gone into rehab there, and you know, the toll was taken on him, and then he went, and of course, you know how stress is, right? When you're stressed and then you do stupid things sometimes, depending on what addictions you might have. And then look what happened to Blaine, you know? You know, miss that big lug still. Hello, Jeanette. How are you? Okay. Yeah. I don't got any skeletons in my closet that I need to, you know, I'm good. I prefer to live that way, to be honest with you. No thanks.
I don't want to have to remember that stuff. I don't want to have to remember that kind of stuff.
Lies.
Like, what did I lie about here? That seems exhausting. It gives me anxiety.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's see here. So that's day with that. So today they were holding a vigil for Scotty Morris, and I only because I seen Ikmal had I seen a live come up earlier saying that they were doing a vigil for him. But let me go to your. How long is your video, Adam? Actually, no, I don't want to play your. Do I want to play your video?
I think we have enough to go on. People can watch it after the live's over.
Yeah. I was gonna say people can. You guys can go watch it. Adam will drop the link for that video.
I did have. Do you want some pictures from the vigil? Or no, you have. I guess you probably saw stuff.
I only took the one picture. To be honest with you. So I'm just gonna play this. This is about Scottie and let's see the kind of like the late
today. The owner of the property told me lawn.
1 second.
Are you muted? You're muted, Sonny.
I thought I took it off. I clicked both of them, but I guess I didn't.
Right.
That one good enough. Let me just bring up some of those photos that you just sent me a second ago.
Miss Dog Lover, I said from the get-go I thought that was just a woman's handwriting, so we know the parents made him wear it as a form of punishment, so I would assume that was the mother's handwriting. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The father apparently went to work on Friday, the day after he was gone. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's always a bonus. I think I saw something on Nick Mouse too where it says, like, my mother's not fake. She wants her son to come back or something like that. Didn't finish reading it over.
Those were part of the TikTok things from tonight, which I got all the screenshots, so they're in my video as well before they were deleted. And I'm not blaming the family. I find the whole situation is just heartbreaking, and so much. It's just all so sad.
Mm-hmm. Peace. Peace. Just drop here. Is that your link there? Okay. I think you meant to say trolls. Now that I've weeded out the trolls, I've lost a lot. Yeah. Peace Not Silent. Deb's True Crime Notebook. Again, John from crime scene to courtroom, analysis of a crime, and of course Ben Connor, again Chaotic Beauty. Anyone that wants to drop their link and you guys sub to it. We always like to support what we deem as good people with good morals, even ones that frighten us, like Chaotic Beauty with her nails. Yeah, and her skeletons in her closet. But let me just show you guys a few of the pictures here that Adam just sent. So this is at Scotty Morris. While I'm showing you guys the pictures, drop a 1 if you think he's alive. Drop a 2 if you happen to think that he's not alive. 3 if you're just unsure. But so 1 alive, 2 unalive, 3 not sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's conflicting stuff. There's stuff actually going on online right now that I've been following, and I've been following that they have an area that's been apparently roped off with cop cars, and there's a post now with a picture of cop cars saying that they've just classified it a crime scene. So I don't know if that's if there's validity to it or not.
Oh.
But something clearly is going on because the police, I guess, were all going in into a certain direction. They're all they have both ends of a road blocked off, and they turned their scanners to private, which that's never good.
Well, I know we wanted it to be 1, but we had said 2 unalive because after a few days you start going, I think,
although, you know what? I'm going to call BS because there's daylight in this picture and it's 10 o'clock at night.
There's daylight in that picture?
Yeah, well, it's like overcast. You can see it, you can see how it's overcast. It's like dusk.
Right.
That still had to have been 3 hours ago, and this was not going on 3 hours ago. So I'm going to call BS.
You're going to call BS on that? We'll see.
But there is something going on, I think.
I'm gonna call 2 still on this one. Sadly. I feel, I don't know why, but I just feel like that. I just feel like he would have been already found, or would have come out of the woodwork. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna call 2 on it and hope that I'm wrong. Could be. You know. Father's boy. What keeps going? What I keep singing, and maybe it's just because of a childhood memory, is when my brother was sitting on the stairs like Scotty is, and my stepdad. My brother is. It's a long story, but my brother really didn't live with us because my dad had stolen him and taken him off to England for a long time. When he did come to live with us, my brother was used to fending for himself in England. My dad was a loser. Let me just put it that way, okay? And my brother did a lot of things for a child that a child should ever have to do. But regardless, when he came to live with us at some point, my stepdad, John, was a really good stepdad. And there was a couple moments, though, where a few abuse situations went on. And I remember my brother was coming down the stairs and said something, and he was sitting on the stairs. And then John got up, and he literally was smacking his head against the steps. Like, you know, when you grab somebody's thing and do that, which was like overkill in a sense. And it was kind of one of those things where my brother just packed up his stuff, you know, or basically went out the door and went to go live with a friend, and never heard from him for a while. And so when I see that picture, it's honestly, it's almost like the exact image of the stairs that I'm speaking about. And then you see Scotty with a knapsack. So it's almost one of those things where, you know, I feel like he got into trouble for whatever. He's sitting on the stairs. I feel like he's saying, like, you know, like, I'm like, that's it, I'm leaving type of thing. I'm going to take my hobo bag and I'm going to, you know, peace out type of idea.
Right. Exactly.
You know, the mother took meaning the picture was taken for a reason. Whatever that reason is, we're not sure. So whether the mother said something like, well, let me get your last picture if you're going to run away, or here, let me show you this picture to humiliate you even more. Who knows? Okay. Don't know exactly. The shirt in itself obviously was made. You know, there was a part of me that wondered if perhaps because he's 14, he's capable of writing, you know, if he had written it for himself. But I believe it was said that the mother did like do up that shirt. So either way, bottom line is it will still come back to that. Hopefully Scotty Morris is found, and hopefully he is found alive. And then anything beyond that can be dealt with once the child is found. So I pray that he is found. I pray that this child didn't feel such sadness that he took his own life. I would rather pray that he was with somebody else, that he is hiding somewhere, for the sake of Scotty. It just breaks my heart to no end to know that, you know, life is a roller coaster. We know that it's an up and down and an all around thing. And it's how you ride the wave and how you handle it when lemons are thrown at you and how you go through it that matters, right? We can all do the little suck titty thing where we feel sorry for ourselves and stuff like that, but that does us no good at the end of the day, you know. But children, you know, I know of a lot of children at such a young age, and we've seen it on TikToks and the different platforms where they're literally doing it while they're on stream and stuff like that. And it's just so heartbreaking because there's nothing that bad in life, that tomorrow or the next day is not another day, and that, you know what I mean? We all have good days and bad days, And when you hear of these children that are so young doing these things, it's just heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking. Let's see here. Maybe he snuck off, you know. Right. I mean, hopefully it's just a case of, they just simply can't find him. I hope if what Adam was reading is false or fake or whatever.
I don't know.
But
because someone else posted a picture of the balloon release that they did, and actually, if I look at this picture, it's not long.
Right.
Well, here, I'll send it to you, Sonny.
Scotty.
The lighting's actually not much different at all, and it actually could be.
Yeah. I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't, but
I mean, here's the balloon release, and then here's the one I'm sending you, or I'm sending you both of them. But the sky looks the same, and which is around the time that the police started to go to that area. So I don't know.
Oops. Okay.
And I looked up the person that posted this, and they live in Muncie, so that is the area.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's the balloons, you guys, in release for Scotty Morris. And I mean, that was nice. It's always nice when you see people that don't even know the family and stuff and that come around because they just simply care. It's no different when that little boy, was found in the bushes there, and all those people that just, come out to help out. I'm pretty sure we just found the missing kid. They just classified it as a crime scene. So,
we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so we'll see if it updates during the live that we're on it. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Miss Dog Lover.
I feel really sad right now.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be a good outcome.
Well, I mean, I don't know where Hartford is. I assume it's a town near, because it says it's between Hartford and Eden, and so I would assume that it's got. I mean, if it's been a week and he didn't get that far, and this doesn't look like a residential street to me, at least from what I'm seeing. It's something 1200 North is the street that it's on.
Miss Dog Lover Super Chat, £4.99. Thank you. Prayers for Scotty's safe return. Praying gesture. Heart.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Well, we'll see what happens during this live, see if there's any more updates with regards to Scotty.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Thank you, my Brit. That's what I always call my husband. My Brit. This pic is giving me a very sad... Yes, same with me, Stepha. I don't know why. With him, I just felt like, I don't know why, but it was just, if he wasn't found in the first few days, I don't know. Then, of course, the scenario of, well, did he meet up with someone? Did he talk to someone or text someone to come pick him up? And, because he was running away from home type of thing. Or did he, like some kids, like some people. But I too got a lot of sadness that went through me as well. Got chills. Yeah, I get the chills too. Deb Johnson. whenever whenever I feel something, let me just put it that way, I get the chills, and I always know that the chills mean something to me. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi GP. How are you? Yeah, I feel really sad too. Especially if you are a deep empath, you guys can totally relate then. Just like the sadness, because it's like you take on the sadness of other people and stuff like that. Empaths understand that. Deep caring people do. And not to say that other people don't care, but there's
Right.
some people are just on a deeper level in a sense, and it's like me. It's just like seeing that picture, feeling like this isn't going to be a good outcome. It just makes me feel really sad, because as I'm thinking about, say, if possibly this is true, I can't help but feel for all the family members right now and everyone that's going to be impacted and affected by this, and the sadness of, if it's true. But we'll wait to see if something comes up more on it and see what's going on. Just simply in the Google search, really, Lacey. When the news has it, the news will have it first, unless someone puts it out. I'm not sure where Adam's looking, like if he's on TikTok or stuff like that. But usually, the news will have it unless somebody has information ahead of time and tweets it out or something like that.
Yeah. I personally, I always think that Twitter is a good place to find like up to the minute, like things. I mean, you have to weed through it. It's not all accurate, but if you really want, you can type in Scotty Morris on Twitter and hit latest, and it should bring you any posts that have been posted about him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually Twitter is pretty good for usually having things a little bit faster. So let's go to this one right here. Let me just bring up the picture a little bit better. Hold on, click that. Come on. There we go. Why is there a dog in there? Okay, let's hit play. Is this going to play? Geoforce. Oh, it's telling me I have to do an update. Hold
We don't
on.
have time for that. Okay.
No, I don't have time for that. Click to unmute. Okay, let's see if it plays. Come on.
Lacey, really quickly, if you want like official updates about Scotty, you can go to the Eaton Police Department's Facebook page as well. Sorry.
No, I'm just gonna go back to it, and I'm just gonna. Come on. Let me just go back to this. Okay, stay here. So, basically, you guys, this is obviously about. Kate, what was it playing now? For Pete's sakes.
Madeleine McCann disappeared from a hotel in Portugal while on a family holiday in 2007. Julia Forstner from Poland has made video statements on social media claiming to be the missing toddler. She says similarities in appearance and age give reason for her tens of thousands of followers to believe she is Madeleine McCann. Police confirm they have ruled out Miss Forstner's version of events. Madeleine McCann's parents have declined to comment.
Okay. 1 second. Goodness gracious.
Babies versus puppies in the battle over.
There we go. It's on mains. Come on, get off. Forget it. I'm closing you up. Okay. Basically, that was just to say that through artificial intelligence, is that it's deemed that there's no way that she could be Madeleine McCann. I think most of us knew that. At first I was thinking, okay, this girl, I can understand that there's some similarities there, but not really enough to go, yeah, that's going to be Madeleine. But there was definitely some, similarities. So I can understand if by chance this child thought that, perhaps, it was her. But then I kind of think as the story kind of went along, that, her mom and that was saying like she has pictures, and it was almost like she was playing, we'll call it a con game, really. Alexa had sent me that coverage because I was actually curious. Aw. Thank you, Lizette. Lizette, you gifted a membership. Who got that membership? CJK, you lucky ducky. CJK, you got that lucky membership that Lizette just gifted you. That was so nice. Okay. Yeah, you guys, don't forget, you guys can always do that for fellow people that come in here that aren't members, and it gifts them. It's always something nice to do, and we appreciate it, and the people that get one appreciate it, of course, as well. So thank you so much, Lizette, for doing that. And CJK, just pictures and party streamers going up. But anyways, as for Madeleine McCann, obviously, that Julie isn't her, but honestly, it really just seems like somebody was just doing it for more of the attention. And, I remember when I read something or was watching something that said that she was looking to be a model and an actress or something like that. And I'm just like going, yeah. There's a lot of people that gave her a hard time right away. And, I was trying to actually give her the benefit of the doubt, thinking that, it's not her, probably, I'm sure. But I was trying to give her the benefit of doubt, thinking that she was doing it for more genuine purposes than it was. But I don't think it took very long to tell that this lady, this scamming lady, this psychic medium doctor, whatever her name is a total scam artist. You know who that doctor reminds me of?
Who?
JLR. JLR. Somebody that plays a con game, that manipulates, and I mean, honestly, in all fairness, it's true, right? I mean, JLR, like, seriously, he was okay. JLR is what I call a smart cookie. JLR totally, to me, is a smart cookie, and he knows how to play people, and he knows how to play the game. I think JLR has a lot of knowledge in that noggin of his. But to be able to sit there and pretend that you're a Muslim and stand behind Hillary Clinton, and she thinks you're a Muslim, and that's why he's sitting there behind her, and then to pretend he's Jewish and to be talking to Donald Trump, and stuff like that. He knows how to play the game. That's somebody that knows. Hey, CD, I was going to message you earlier, and I was going to message you later, actually, to say, don't forget, CD, you're logged into your live that you never did still. So don't forget to take that down if you haven't yet.
We've been waiting. We've been waiting, yeah. CD.
And CD as well is in Florida. CD's on his trip with his family and friends and a whole bunch of them. And yeah, so he's enjoying Florida right now. He was like, what live? I didn't have time for that, but you forgot to take it down. Unless you have by now. But anyways, hey, CD buddy, how are you? And Deb's in Florida. CD's in Florida. Can I ask you something? Why does everybody go to Florida? Why does it
warm all the time?
I know. I guess it's like, so how we see Florida is that's where like all the old people live. And that's where isn't that where they have spring break as well? Is in Florida?
Oh yeah. A lot of people do.
Yeah. So, but it's like you guys live in the States and you guys are going to Florida, that's how I see it. I'm like, why is everyone going to Florida? Isn't there any place else you guys want to go? Or is Florida like the, place to go? Oh, but don't forget, right. Universal Studios. That's right. I mean, I get that, CD. Absolutely. Oh, Miss Doglar. Oh, I got locked out of my thing for 24 hours. Oh. Yeah. Hi, Honor. Hello, Leanne. Yeah. Same CJK. Yeah. Right. can you picture Deb at Florida right now? Or sorry, at Universal Studios? I think that's where Deb should go too. I think Deb and CD should just meet up and everything, their families. And no, I can't. Can you just? I can I see her on It's a Small World. Yeah, I can't really see her hopping on those Daredevil type rides, really. But maybe she is. Maybe she's like my twin sister. Comes off like they're innocent, but really they have this a ton of skeletons in their closets, including Ray Jones. The Gulf is the answer. Don't forget, Florida has seaweed because it's warm and tropical. My parents are here. Oh, right. I suppose she has family, right?
Right.
Old people's break. Yeah. Hi, Giggles. How are you? Okaloosa Island is great. Sugar soft sand. Oh, God, you're making that sound so good. You make me want to eat it now. Sugar soft sand. Yeah, cheaper than Hawaii. My twin sister went to Hawaii and said it was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. Got to make a secondary account at Miss Dog. I couldn't comment on a live. Sign me out of YouTube on every device for 20. Oh, wow. So would you have made that live or not made that live?
Oh.
Hey, Carol.
No. She loves Universal. There you go. Oh, I forgot they have Harry Potter there.
I love roller coasters. Do you even know me? No, Deb. Do you know us? No, that's an evil laugh. I'm going to Greece in 6 weeks. Listen to all you people. Shut it. Can we start a GoFundMe for me and Adam so we can go on a nice vacation somewhere? Right. Actually, hold on. You've been on a vacation somewhere. You were over in
Portugal?
That place, Italy. That place over there. Sunny by Spirit, I can make. Oh. On there. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, nice to see you guys. Even though they're in Florida on vacation, they couldn't help but come into the live, could you? Nope, addicts. Anyways, good to see you, CD and Deb, and everybody else that's in this live right now. I seen that Biden was in Canada today. Oh, really? We let him in?
Oh, really?
Really? We let him in? Huh. I seen, you know what I was watching a little bit of, you guys, today? I was watching a little bit of the TikTok thing on Capitol Hill. And for some reason, I thought it was Canada. I thought we had Capitol Hill. That's how stupid I was. And then when I heard them make the word about United States, I'm like, wait a second. Capitol Hill's not in Canada? Because I think we call ours, I thought we called ours Capitol Hill too. I guess not. Maybe we do. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the politics. But I was watching the TikTok thing, and they were just ramming it down this guy's butt, to be honest with you. The questions that they were saying to him. And basically, it's kind of like about TikTok selling their information and stuff like that. And, about, because Canada, remember how Canada, I put out a video that Canada said that no one in the government is allowed to use TikTok on the work phones and stuff like that. And I think you guys over in there in the States have the same thing going on, where they've banned TikTok from off your, government phones and stuff like that, because TikTok's, I don't know. I don't really know all what's going on about it. Something about information privacy, and that TikTok, they're trying, the guy's trying to claim that they're not Chinese owned, and just really just a bunch of BS. To be honest with you, yeah. I want to see Adam's vacay photos, especially the beach and architecture. Okay, so anyways, that's good enough with that Julie girl. She had her 15 minutes of fame. Yeah. You know what was so funny was my husband the other day went to go type in ours. We were talking about, I think it was like file a claim, like ICBC. Our car people out here is ICBC. And then it was like the guy said on the phone to, make a claim through file a claim, for the front mirror or whatever. And then so my husband goes to go type it in and it was like a poof. And my husband's like, well, look at that. It just came up. It was like right there. And it's that. So it was one of those moments where you're like, really not listening to us at all or what we're doing, are we? Because all of a sudden, miraculously, this file claim thing just ding right there. How many of you guys have had that happen? Where legitly you're like, like you can even be talking just about something. Next thing you know, like, oh, there's an ad for what I was just talking about.
Right. Oh, all the time.
Talk. Right. I know. And it's to the point that it's really eerie, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, CD, you're fitting right in there with the seniors, aren't you? Oh. In the gate.
Right.
The lady from Michigan told Tiki to answer yes or no. Simple. Yeah. Did you watch a little bit about that too? They all had like about a 5-minute thing to speak or whatever. And then he would answer. And it was just, when people beat around the bush with their answers. And these people are kind of coming at him hard a little bit with these questions, eh? Like, no, quit telling me this. I'm asking you if whatever the name was, like Albright, Sunbright, whatever this name was that they're associated with. And yeah, it was almost like watching a you might as well just that might as well stood up as they took a whip to him, eh? That was pretty funny. Okay, let's see here. So JLR. Here was at Alex Murdaugh's auction today.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I saw him post that he was, but I guess I just didn't watch it.
Well, Alexa sent me the link, and she's like, "You gotta watch this." JLR's at the auction, Alex Murdaugh's auction. Oh, so I know I was talking about him and that lady before because that lady literally, is the one that was with Julie, the one that's saying that she was probably Madeleine or that she is Madeleine McCann or whatever. That lady, that con artist lady that called herself a doctor and her husband's like super rich, right? Like in real life. But she literally like puts herself on books that she's not even part of. And she's a fraud. She's that simple. She's a fraud. And that's no different than what JLR was doing, right? Pretending he was the uncle of the killer of Sandy Hook, frauding people. And that's why he spent, like I said, his 10 years in jail plus his other 3 after that or whatever. He broke his probation, then he had to go back. Anyways, so when he talks about jail time, he should know how thin those old blankets are or whatever. But anyways, but like I said, for JLR to be standing behind Hillary Clinton and then, schmoozing there with Donald Trump and stuff like that, that's not a dumb person. That's a smart person. Like a con, but he's smart, right. It's like to pull off being a Muslim to frickin' Hillary Clinton and then just to be able to get to sit back and stuff like that. I mean, I don't even like Hillary Clinton myself whatsoever. I think that she spews verbal diarrhea out of her mouth when she opens it. But regardless, he was sitting right there. And you couldn't help but laugh. It's like, dude, like you got a gift of conning people. Like you seriously have this gift, but meaning he's smart. In order to get away with that stuff, you have to have some brain cells for sure. And some obviously knowledge. So I do deem JLR as being a smart cookie, but he's just, wasn't using his talents probably. Like, you know what I mean? It's when it's when someone has talents and they're using them in the wrong way instead of in a good way. So regardless, I mean, I don't know that he'll change his ways. Hopefully he is on a better path, even though, he's playing people left, right, and center. And people are going, oh, JLR, you're so genuine. You're so real. You're so this, you're so that. No, you're just kissing his butt because he's getting good footage and you're enjoying it and you're having a good laugh just like I am. I don't really watch him as much anymore, but hey, every time I want a good laugh, I was watching Adam, I was watching this was funny. I was watching The Law and Crime yesterday, and they were talking about the Koberger and I think what's the Koberger and the firing Murdaugh. They're talking about Murdaugh and about defamation.
Defamation.
Yes, the defamation stuff. And then whatever her name is, Angelette or whatever.
Angela Levy. Yeah.
Yeah. So she goes, and then at some point she goes, and then there was this guy that was sitting there heckling, or that was sitting here yelling, you're next, Buster. And I'm like, JLR, you're just getting yourself a name, aren't you?
Didn't she see him on Court TV? I'm kidding.
I know, right? But it was just so funny that in the midst of all this, he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. Actually, he's at 41.9 subscribers. Like I said, people don't care if you're fake or not on the internet. It does not matter. If there's drama, if there's things that people want to see, they will sell their souls to go to that. Now, not gonna lie here. I mean, I would normally never watch someone like JLR, but the comical side is coming out in me, and I love a good comedy, and I find that he really gives. I mean, at the end of the day, they pay for their karma, But honestly, the stuff that he does, you're just like, really, dude, really? Like, that guy got a set of these, But you know what the thing is that that's life, right, Miss Dog Lover, and it's not going to change regardless. It's not. Like I said, let me put it this way: the genuine people, will always hold, again, the longevity, because they're going about it being genuine and real and honest. The ones that come in as frauds or
the long game.
In the long game, they will lose. They will probably end back up in jail where they belong, or get caught, arrested for this or that. So it is what it is.
It's
I just
and that's fine. Just let them do them, and I can laugh at them, but
yeah. I mean,
I don't like. I mean, other than his history, I don't have a problem with the JLR. I mean, if you watch JLR and you don't get that he's cheesy and that he is JLR, then I mean, he's in on the joke.
Oh, absolutely. He knows exactly what game he's playing, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's working for him. It's like having a little magic antidote that's working for him.
Right.
I'm
sorry. I don't mean to completely squirrel, but I think Joan had asked a question earlier, and I had meant to answer it, and then I didn't. Scotty's parents, the chief of police, came out and said that Scotty's parents did not do that as punishment. The head, that he wanted to get that haircut, and that he went to Great Clips and got it. And since a lot of other pictures from the past have come out of him, and he does have a shaved head or a growing out buzzed haircut in a lot of pictures. So I think the t-shirt that they made him wear is disgusting enough that I think that the haircut was not forced by the parents. So I just want to answer that. I apologize because I know you asked it a while ago.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Quinn.
Yeah. Hello, Indie Pam. How are you? And Miss Dog Lover. Yeah, absolutely, Miss Dog Lover. You know what? Again, everything is what it is at the end of the day, right?
I think Miss Dog Lover has watched 90% of YouTube, so she would know.
Yeah. I mean, shouldn't she be in bed? I mean, considering it's like 7 hours difference her time right now, you're never going to make the live tomorrow at this rate, Miss Dog Lover. Okay, let me quickly play this. It's not very long. It's like 41 seconds. So nothing major here. This is to do with Murdaugh.
Well, up for auction, household items that you are seeing right here belonging to the Murdoch family. The Liberty Auction House, in Pembroke, Georgia, made a post on Facebook featuring several items that you're seeing right here on your screen, saying that these are just a glimpse of some of the prominent estate picked up in Colleton County, South Carolina. Now, they confirmed to us today that these are items from the Murdoch family, their name making national headlines after disbarred Alec Murdoch was convicted of killing his wife Maggie and his son Paul back in June of 2021. And the auction house says that the plans are to take more pictures in the coming days, and the sale is set for Thursday.
Okay, well, those pictures looked a lot nicer than how it actually looked, because JLR was there. Let's just hold on. Let's see here. Where is this thing? Where are you, Jonathan Lee? Jonathan Lee investigates. Oh, okay. Wait, there's his thumbnail right there. So I didn't know if he ever managed to buy those cups, because he says, I'm betting on these, and there's these cups that had like JMA on them or something. I don't know if he ever got them or not.
Jam?
Hey?
Like jam?
No, it was JMA. So, he was there for hours. Look how long his live is. 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Goodness.
He
needs a new profile picture. I'm sorry.
He definitely does. He looks like Greeno to me in this picture.
I mean, like a real sunken in one.
Yeah. But now this is when barely anyone's there. And then there's like a bunch of people that come in. And like I said, he just spent hours. I mean, you guys can go check that out over on his channel if you want to. Quite comical. I only watched, like I said, Alexa sent it to me, so I watched a few minutes of it. And I went back again, and he was like saying, I'm going to get these cups or whatever. And but I was too busy trying to make a video, so I was like, sorry, dude, I got to turn you off now. But it's just so amazing.
I didn't. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, when somebody's walking around with the camera, as much as you're in a public place, you think that people would be going like, I don't want to be on your camera, because he's walking by them as they're sitting on the thing, and they're kind of like looking over at him as he's sitting on the couch, and he just goes right in there. Oh, look at bullets. Excuse me. Bullets.
Remember when Gray Hughes was walking around CrimeCon? Remember when Gray Hughes was around Crime? He's like, hey, CrimeCon. Yeah. And people were like,
he got dissed on there, didn't he? Remember I
don't remember. I didn't watch any of JLR's stream, but I did see a few pictures of the auction items, and I have to say, money doesn't buy taste in everything. And I'm not dissing the
I've seen a lot
Maggie,
of those items.
but I'm like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of those items, and it looked like a bunch of junk. A lot of it, to be honest with you.
It was like real. I mean, I get that they're like rural. It's hunting. Like even though they had a lot of money, it was very But I'm like,
okay. Would you guys really? Okay, who here, honestly, in all fairness, who here would want to buy? You guys, some people might have no scruples and don't really care whatsoever. But who would want to buy Alex Murdaugh's tools and different things and stuff that that
they were probably never used,
knowing that he took out his wife and his son? Now I can understand if people were buying Maggie stuff and stuff like that, but who here would want to buy? Like, would you really want a memento? Like, hey, I got this, killer's memento here, Alex Murdaugh's memento, I don't know. Would you guys buy something of his? Like, first of all, I would never buy a drinking glass, that's for sure. If he wants it, for whatever reason, but I'd sure watch him start drinking out of it. I wonder if he won them. I'll have to go back and check his live and see if he got them or not. Not me. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't want anything to do.
Right.
With stuff like that. I wouldn't want anything.
Oh, Lisa Marie, you're right. The way he sweats. Yeah, I don't want that couch. But there might be pills in the couch. You might have had some pills down in there.
Yeah. Actually, they probably dug for the change in the couch.
Who's buying? I mean, I just don't want used. I don't want other people's furniture. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want a used couch, especially where I'm gonna have to pay more for it.
Buy them, resell them. There's those people over there for sure. I mean, there's people that, like I said, literally don't care, and there could be people there exactly that are just like those storage wars and stuff that go on. Who knows?
Oh yeah. I guess he won't have his picture at the courthouse like his granddaddy.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have his in the jail.
What a disgrace, eh? What a disgrace. So, okay, so let's go on to Stephen Smith. So that we'll talk about that. So, Stephen Smith case. So they've now deemed it as a homicide. And this is before the body has even been exhumed. That, yeah. Did you keep up to date on that a little bit, Adam? On Stephen Smith there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you got to say with that one? Is there anything that, Well,
I mean, I'll let you know. I was going to bed last night. I sent you the thing when I came across that last night. And I forgot that the Inquisitor had mentioned that in his video, like the day before, that was a rumor. Or not that it was a rumor, but that that was a possibility. And so when I really sat down and I started thinking about it, and I think I told you, I was like 13 hours after someone dies in a hit and run accident, what made them order
our kit,
a kit for SA?
Right.
Yeah. And I just couldn't, And so I actually stayed up. I couldn't fall asleep, and so I sat there and I spent hours. I started to put a video together and everything, and it just kept making me so sad. And then I kept trying to figure out ways to be able to put it out and do it justice without dumbing it down because of what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And went out without triggering the algorithm or the whatever. And so I finally just never put it out. But I was like. So I was like, it just made me sad, but I don't know. I mean, they've known that for all these years, and it's just now being coming out that they did that.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think that they did that? Do you think it was at the time that because of the rumors of Buster back then, that there was those rumors, and that's why they ordered it to see, or because obviously,
I don't know.
Obviously it was, because.
Yeah. That was the CJK. That was what they said early on in the case. Was that that was the initial rumor early on? Was they thought he had been with a gun, because everyone pretty much agreed that it did not look like a car accident. But I mean, I feel like on a man, especially, your first instinct would not go to an SA kit. And so, I mean, I wonder if there was something that didn't fit with his injuries that led them to think they needed to.
I'm lagging.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Oh, being shot.
That was the when that first happened. That was what a lot of people thought. That was the rumor that he had been. Because of the scene, it didn't look like a car accident.
Right.
And, I mean, I've always thought it was blunt force trauma, but the rumor was, the initial reports were that it was, he was, pew pew.
Right. Yeah. I really don't, because Ashley Banfield and that we're talking about,
I have a document on that, right.
But I didn't want to play the part because all she kept saying was
Oh, here, I'll send this to you.
Okay.
I haven't actually read this yet. I have I've gotten a ton of stuff today from people that I have not even had a chance to look over yet.
Yeah, I feel the same about my emails. Dabster has sent me a lot of emails, but I really haven't had time to go through them, to be honest. There's 10.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. Those are photos you sent Adam, or let's see.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. This is this. Yeah. Okay. Are you gonna read that?
I can, yeah. I
Okay,
had a couple other things about it that I was looking for, but I'll read this. Are you gonna put it on the screen?
Yeah, give me 1 sec here. Let me just come back over.
Yeah, CJK. That's always what I thought. I thought it looked like I mean, it was a blunt force object. It looked like it was a baseball bat to me, probably from a moving vehicle. But I don't know. It's speculation. Okay, I'm gonna start reading this. This is a South Carolina law enforcement division provides details in Stephen Smith unaliving investigation in the interest of accuracy, understanding, and the continued mission of seeking justice for victims of crimes. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, or otherwise known as SLED, is providing the following information. On July 8th, 2015, the Hampton County Sheriff's Department requested SLED's crime scene unit to process a death scene involving a body that was found on Sandy Run Road in Hampton County. SLED crime scene agents were dispatched from SLED's headquarters and responded to the scene. Upon arrival, SLED crime scene agents processed the crime scene. The primary mission of SLED is to provide the quality manpower and technical assistance to law enforcement agencies and to conduct investigations. SLED's crime scene unit routinely responds to requests for assistance from local law enforcement and fellow state agencies to process crime scenes across South Carolina. The involvement of SLED's crime scene unit at a scene does not automatically indicate a SLED investigation. Well, that's good. On July 8th, 2015, SLED crime scene agents attended the autopsy of Stephen N. Smith. You're good. His middle name's Nicholas. Nicholas Smith.
1 second.
Oh, you're right.
I lost the picture. Hold on a second. 1 second. Sorry. I started clicking thinking I was doing something. I brought it in a different way. Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, at least there are actually several things. Apparently, when his shoes were on really loosely and not tied, and apparently it's really common when people are hit by a motor vehicle, they fly out of their shoes, and all of his injuries were on the one side of his head, basically like he'd been hit by a bat. There was no broken headlights, anything to warrant a vehicle, no skid marks, nothing, and all of the splatter was all in a very direct it wasn't all over the place, and he wasn't dragged, which if you're getting hit by a vehicle on a country road in the middle of the night, chances are they're going fast enough that you would go up on the hood. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I'll continue reading.
Yeah.
On July 8th, 2015, SLED crime scene agents attended the autopsy of Stephen Nicholas Smith, where medical examiner Dr. Aaron Presnell concluded Mr. Smith died from being struck by a motor vehicle. Due to the medical examiner's determination, the Hampton County Sheriff's Office requested the South Carolina Highway Patrol SCHP to investigate Mr. Smith's death. SLED was not requested by the Hampton County Sheriff's Office or the South Carolina Highway Patrol to investigate Mr. Smith's death in 2015. On June 23rd, 2021, SLED opened an investigation into the death of Stephen Smith after SLED agents received information about his death and subsequently reviewed the SCHP investigative file. From SCHP case notes, it was apparent that SCHP did not believe Mr. Smith's death was a hit and run by a motor vehicle. SLED's investigation into the death of Mr. Smith was never closed. It remains a homicide investigation. Progress has been made, and SLED's investigation is active and ongoing. Since the beginning of SLED's investigation, the goal has been to find out how Mr. Smith died and to find the persons responsible for his death. To that end, SLED Chief Mark Neal has assigned additional SLED Low Country regional agents to work this case in the hopes that those who may know what happened to Mr. Smith are willing to speak freely now, to speak more freely now than they have been in 2015 or 2021. Wonder why. Wonder what's changed. If you have any information regarding the death of Stephen Smith, please call SLED at phone number and ask for investigative services. All right, that's interesting. So I wonder what would have changed about making people more comfortable to talk about it now. You're muted.
I did it again. Obviously, because of the Murdaugh case and stuff, right? Because
Do you think if someone's in jail now that can't like hurt anyone
well, that's what they said.
or
They
retaliate?
literally said that. Yeah. I mean, they literally said that because of
Or do you want to
know,
see the
with-
actual paperwork?
you know. So yeah. And they said that there's only, like I said, a small group of people like that would have information.
Right.
Okay. Let's see here.
That's just from the list of items, but I mean, it states right there, RAPE.
Yeah.
So I mean, the highway patrol. Well, I mean, they clearly didn't think it was a hit and run, but they went with it, and I just can't get over that. But yet there was a SA kit ordered. Like, why?
Do you think he was placed there? Do you think
No.
that? Pardon?
I
No,
don't think he was.
I guess not, because of the splatter.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I've seen some of the pictures. I think that he got hit by a bat in the head from a moving vehicle.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, Buster Murdaugh has came out saying that, he had nothing to do with it. And
I'm not saying Buster did it. I actually don't know if Buster did do it.
Right. And to be honest, I mean, I personally said that I didn't really feel like he had something to do with it, but who knows? I mean, it
He
could
did have a softball game that night.
Pardon? He did have a softball game that night?
He did have a softball game that night.
Well, I mean, hopefully whatever the truth is comes out in the wash when it comes to obviously Stephen Smith. I'm glad that, like his mom seems so elated, for the fact of, people raised money for the GoFundMe for his exhumation. Like I kept calling it not to be exhumed.
Right.
Exhumation, he called it. But yeah, so, just for the fact of knowing that it was now deemed a homicide, and that that's where the facts based, because really they said there was nothing conclusive to sit there and show that it was anything to do with a hit and run.
Nothing.
And then so the coroner thought that he got hit on the back of the head with the mirror of somebody's car.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy
Amir.
that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Amir.
I said Amir.
Amir, yeah.
He's
Amir,
6 foot tall. Where does a mirror hit you? If you're 6 foot tall, where does a vehicle mirror hit you?
What did you
Not
do?
in
Think
the
you
head.
were bending over, and poof, took one off the head? Yeah.
But I mean, unless they have information about, I mean, I know that Buster's name has been given to them a lot, so they probably, there may be something that they know that, of course, none of us do. But when I first heard about this and I heard all the stuff around it, Buster's not the first family member that I thought of. So, but I mean, I don't know,
Right.
But,
I mean, right, because it was sad. So basically, who was it? Okay, so the Murdoch family has helped the Smith family before with was it the grandfather? That they helped either, I think it was either the father or the grandfather. I'm thinking it was the grandfather with a case. I just remember listening to Ashley Banfield on that yesterday. So meaning the Murdaughs have helped that family. with a case, and I believe it was with I can't remember if it was the father or the grandfather. Thinking it was the grandfather for some reason. And
Was it Alec? Was it Buster's grandpa and he helped Steven's dad?
Yeah, I think it was that. I think that's what it was. Getting all mixed up on that, but I just remember. So it's not like, I mean, the family, like, they obviously knew of them, but yeah. So Randy and Alex were there, like they were like literally there at the crime scene, actually.
They did,
is what I had heard. And it was like, and then offered their services. So,
right.
you know,
and they're personal injury attorneys. They make their money defending, or they make their money, by taking cases where the person that can sue someone and win and get money. Why would you then agree to take it for nothing? When that your whole, like, the whole basis of what you do is to be a personal injury lawyer and wrongful death.
Yeah, but they literally said in that writing that they literally waited till the Murdoch case was closed, so that then they could now focus on the Stephen Smith case, because obviously now that obviously Alex is in prison, and that people, this small group, should hopefully now be able to talk. So meaning they are trying to connect it somewhere then, if they're trying to say that. There's something there's something to it.
Yeah. I mean, they I know they said it was never closed, but they publicly reopened it, or whatever you want to say, 11 days after Paul and Maggie were murdered.
Right, even though it was
and they had their hands full at that time. So something had to have come from the investigation that made them reopen it.
They literally said in that write-up from a few days back that, again, that they were waiting for the Murdoch case to finish, and then to, work on this because of the Murdoch case, and because.
I mean back when they publicly came out and said they were reopening the case, or re-examining the case back in 2021. I mean, this is a small county, and they had a double homicide, and 11 days later they reopened this case, or re-examined it.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. But then I was adding to that, so that in that attachment after, that they had released, like I said, whatever, then they basically had said, well, now that the Murdoch case is done and, justice is getting served over there, now some of these people that might have been scared to say something, might say something, because there's only a small group of people that knows what happened. So they literally kind of, brought in the Murdoch case to tie in somewhat with the Stephen Smith case. And so we'll see where it goes from there, because they do you know what I mean? They literally said that, okay, because now that he's here, maybe some people would be willing to talk now. So and this is hence why perhaps maybe I don't know. I mean, because the RA cape, the kit there, because that's weird, right? That's weird. That would tell me that somebody would have gave an innuendo or something about perhaps a relationship, that he was in with somebody, for them to do that. Because why else would you do that? Doesn't make any sense 100%. To what the crime scene is. Yeah, it's weird. So who knows? Well, hopefully justice will play out and some more answers will come for Stephen Smith. I'm sure his mom, like I said, his father passed away last year. So, prayers for the mom and the struggles, and this, again, to relive, you know what I mean? Imagine this being your own child, and that, that it's not a hit and run, that it's wrong. And you're, again, if you're not in the system, and it's like a voice yelling, like, no, like, you know what I mean? She must have felt like her hands were, like a voice that's not getting heard, and that she, when you just know that it's not right, that determination was not right, especially considering one person said no, there's no possible way, and the other, and then they deem it as that because they really didn't have anything. So they basically deem it as that he got his head hit by a car mirror, and but yet there was nothing to show that had happened. So I'm just really praying that justice comes for Stephen Smith, and that who's ever involved in that, of course, has their justice served to them. And anyone else. They reopened the case because of the evidence they came across during the double homicide investigation, something journalist texts the bat. Yeah, well, again, all these cases, so many strategies. Adam, did you check by chance to see if there's an update with regards to Scotty Morris?
I'm looking now. There's just kind of, it's all still very kind of conflicting. I'm seeing, that, they think it could be an adult. I'm seeing that, that there's a lot of police officers going on, saying they're on duty, which is odd for this time of night, they said. So I don't know. I'm still waiting. I'm keeping my eye on it.
Yeah. Regardless, Purse. I think
it's safe to say something's going on, but it could be a coincidence. Indiana's big with coincidences, so maybe it's odd that in a small county like that something else would be happening, literally as the vigil for Scotty is ending. But it might very well be that. But I don't know the circumstances, and I don't want to be like, oh, here, this guy, or
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, and as for Nicola Bulley, with her, obviously hopefully there's answers that come out in June, but until then, that case is still very intriguing. I can't understand how, let me just take this down now. I can't understand how a person, or how a case that should have been simply straightforward, has turned into such, speculation, and not about the speculation so much as how did something as simple as somebody going for a walk with their dog and within like a 10-minute window just kind of like gone. And, their working hypothesis, of course, was, to be in the water. I was just working on a video for that. What's very strange to me about Nicola's case is, well, one thing that goes through my head, first of all, if it was an accident, and she did trip over the dog, perhaps, and then she basically went head first into the water and hit her head on a rock, and perhaps never left any sort of skid mark, just her head on a rock. And, obviously the water is going to wash any sort of blood probably away, by the time that everyone's looking. That's a very plausible thing that happened, to be honest with you. A lot of people still think that she was abducted. And then there's the unaliving of herself, but then a lot of people think about, well, why would she take the dog? Why would you do that? Why would she make a play date? And then, there's that confusion about the witnesses. The witness part is very confusing. The witness part is very confusing. You have some channels saying that the lady in red jacket was the first witness to see her. Yet that lady said she didn't see anything. You have Roger saying a certain thing, but if you listen to the press conference, she says a certain thing. And, so that's what the video is kind of going to be about, really. Well, it's just more of like a little bit of a animation somewhat. Just to kind of like, I don't know, that morning, really. And
Debbie Johnson, I'm sorry.
Nope. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Debbie Johnson. There's conflicting reports. Some people are saying that they don't know, but then there's a probability that I think it might be an adult male that might have worked in the area that they're researching. So, nothing definitive. But I
Yeah.
mean, but I mean, I think the police presence is heavy in the area that they were saying. So something was going on, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's Scotty or not.
Okay. Well, prayers that it's not. Prayers that it's not Scotty.
Yeah.
And obviously, if there's something going on, something happened. Oh, sorry. I'm getting all tired now. But anyways, you guys, I think, is there any questions? Because we're going to be getting off in just a minute here. I'm going to bring this up for a sec, but only because tomorrow, for anyone that came in a little bit later, tomorrow we'll be on Crime Scene to Courtrooms channel, which is at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, and that's 9 p.m. UK time. And we'll be going over the Idaho. Again, John invited us over to his channel now, and we'll be on. And Alexa, of course, will be joining us as well. So that's tomorrow, you guys, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, the link is in the. You guys just have to go over to Crime Scene, the courtroom. But John's link is in the description of this video. Yeah, I'm not always a fan of the 3-hour lives, 4-hour lives.
Right.
I got especially tonight. Hi, Cher. How are you?
Nice here.
Yeah,
And I don't mind a 3-hour live, but I mean, if we've got a live tomorrow night and we've got John tomorrow.
Yeah. So Lacey, Greedy Gretchen will call you in right now. No, just kidding, Lacey. Lacey, tomorrow we'll be doing the live on John's channel, and then tomorrow night we'll be doing our live for It's a Crime and Shame channel as well. So tomorrow on John's channel, the Idaho case, again 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we'll be doing ours approximately 6:30 to the 7 o'clock.
Your time. Yeah.
Hey, Cher, how are you? Good. Yeah. And so, yeah, and I have to get finishing up on a video. It's been taking me forever to do. And the thing is, it's probably not going to get as many views as, all the work I put into it, to be honest with you. It's going to be a decent video, but it's not definitely not worth it.
So I know that Eaton is not super, super, super far from Delphi, but I wasn't prepared to see someone with the last name Maxwell Yoder.
Where?
In the Eaton, in like one of the Eaton things that I belong to.
Oh.
I was like Maxwell Yoder. I can't.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Certain names you see all the time. Maxwell.
And then two of them together.
I know, right? And then stick them together. That was kind of like always made me laugh too about that Sunny Slaughter lady that's on Twitter and is on different channels and that. But it's just like, I remember when I made the joke to Dub, said something like, "Look, Dub, it's half me and half you," and she didn't get it at first. And then I was like, "See, because she has her last name, but then Sunny, right? So Sunny Slaughter. So Deb's last name, one of her last names, her maiden name, I think it is Slaughter. So her name was Sunny Slaughter. Yeah. She still didn't add me though. Sunny Slaughter, that is. I thought she would have added me just because of my name, Sunny. I think that wasn't good enough for her yet. Maybe one day it will be.
Oh, I forgot about her. I forgot about her. You guys were talking about her the other day.
Yeah. I think Deb said that she added her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She was saying, I think it's because of all the tweets you put me in all the time. Because when I'm tweeting out, there's like just certain names that stick in my head. And I just kind of do the same ones. And then I'm like, well, that's great. She never added me though, if that was the case. It's all good. It's all good. And is his internet's working? Your internet's working, right?
Yeah. I'm at home. No. I haven't replaced it yet because I've been here all week.
What do you? They don't just come in one day.
What?
They don't just come in one day. Like you have to set up an appointment, of course.
Yeah. So I have to like, well, so I have to set it up, and I just haven't been there, to be honest. Other than like a day here and a day there. And I was supposed to be home. I was supposed to go home today, but I had a cancellation with work, and so I didn't have to, and I didn't want to take the chance of like my iPad not like. Remember what it was doing the other day when I was at my apartment?
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to take the chance of it doing that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'll be there over the weekend.
Yeah. You guys will have 13 minutes if anyone wants to ask any questions or whatever. And again, just going to put this out there for Adam's channel. He still needs to get over the $100 threshold for YouTube. If anyone wants to do a super thanks on any of his videos, that would be appreciated. Because that's that heart thing with the $sign on it. So if you guys want to help him out on his way, that would be great as well. And again, if you guys have any questions, we'll do it for like 12 minutes here. If there's any thing that you guys want to ask or anything. Here a day, there a day, everywhere a day. Old MacDonald had a farm. Oh, Miss Dog Lover. I meant, sorry, if anyone had a question besides Miss Dog Lover. Anybody at all? Anybody? No, just kidding. How about I give you a question? Why aren't you in bed? Why aren't you in bed, Miss Dog Lover? It's really late there. Your eyes are probably staying open with toothpicks. What's your question? And I'm going to drop John's link again for tomorrow's live where we'll be. So hopefully you guys can come and support that. Because I'm with.
I guess I should drop my link.
It was
I haven't
Lacey.
dropped my link.
Oh no. Okay, so they both said it. I see Miss Dog Lovers and I'm like, wait a second, was it Lacey that said it? And I'm, or you guys, what are you copying and pasting her, Lacey? The exact same thing? I have a question. What's your guys' questions? Technically I'll say Delphi.
They got yeah. Well, I mean, they got me doing this would be Delphi. Yeah. Like the first true crime case that like I really like looked into would have probably been, I don't know, I'd have to think about it actually.
Yeah, because I mean
Delphi's always been like both of our passion.
Yeah. I mean, for me it was like I said, it was like, I mean, I saw the first thing that ever got me into true crime whatsoever was I made the mistake of clicking on this thing about the two girls on the bridge guy. And I don't ever watch stuff to do with true crime. I haven't watched that stuff in a long time because it's too sad and it's too heartbreaking. And it's always about, the unaliving of somebody. And I just find it too sad on my heart. So I stopped watching that stuff a long time ago until that particular day. Now, I went over to the Suzanne Morphew case, but it was Delphi that if I had to start from a starting point, it was that moment with not intention of ever being here to this day doing it. Yeah, it's just, as you work through the heartache and pain of others going on and the balance in your own life, I felt good that we were able to give a voice to the voiceless and to help people and to that was really it, to be honest with you. So once I understood that the balance of sadness also has goodness to it, and good things that can become of it, and people that, if it wasn't for, like I said, stuff like this, to people to bring awareness to cases and stuff like this, then there would be nothing. So it's a good thing that there's a lot of caring people in the world that do take on things that are acts of, kindness and giving a voice and stuff like that. I mean, if someone having a gaming YouTube channel brings joy to somebody watching them game and they learn stuff, like I said, everything kind of has their purposes, but true crime is impacting in a sad way, but a good way as well, because what I like about it is in a heartbeat, swoosh right across the internet, kind of like with Scotty Morris is just another example. It took a couple more days to pick up than some of the people that have gone missing. But, it's picked up quite a bit, and it's stuff like that I personally love doing. And I know that Cher's in here as well, and if it wasn't sometimes for the channels, because Ray Hanish's story, it was in the news, somewhat, but nothing that most people really hadn't heard of it, to be honest with you. There was a lot of people that had not heard of it. So I know this channel, Mel, and some other channels as well. Probably Kristen behind the crime door, probably as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Have talked about the case. So if it wasn't for sleuths that are willing to, help out a family and stuff like that.
And Mel was on a stream tonight. She sent me the link for it. It wasn't a channel I was subscribed to, but and they were talking about Ray. It was it CJ something? Do you know who I'm talking about, Sonny?
Say that again. CJ what?
Yeah. She, Mel was on a show tonight talking about. I'm gonna put the link to that in the chat. It's the Evil CJ show.
Never heard of it.
I had not either, but I mean, I trusted if Mel went on it to talk about Ray Hanish, then.
Is it the same person that has a podcast?
It is a podcast, but they did it live, and they did it on YouTube.
Then that's probably that person that Cher. I'm sure Cher would probably could confirm that. It's probably that same person then that was in the chat that one day, thinking that just because I remember the C. What good timing I have. Look at that. Or you were in here stalking me already. One of the two. Miss Doglover said, let's answer this though. Miss Doglover said, who are your favorite movie actors? Go ahead, Adam.
Miss Doglover's my favorite actress. I don't know. Like, it depends. What are we watching it for?
No. I don't know. Well, he's thinking for 1 second, Mel. Wasn't there somebody in your life that helped out, that did a podcast with the family for Ray Hanish? Was sharing that is that the person's podcast that you were on tonight? Would be that one. And as for me, for favorite actors, I've been Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I like Clint Eastwood, obviously, and what's his name? One that's married to Mel Gibson. And then when it comes to females, it's more like Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Aniston. I like comedies, and I really hate to like this person, and I really don't like her too much. Is Angelina Jolie? I think she is an amazing actress, but I also don't like her very much at all. I think she's a sleut, is what I think about her, to be honest with you. I'm not very fond of her. She might do a lot of good things, but there's something about her that I just never, when you just don't like somebody. Yeah. But anyways, I kind of like my those ones from those days. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know you were doing a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, he cheated on his wife though. Bad Arnie.
He was the governor when I lived in California.
Yeah, and he cheated on his wife. I thought they were still married to Maria Shriver and everything. And I couldn't find out he cheated. Can't they just keep it in their pants? Seriously, people. Why? Why do people have to do stuff like that and hurt others in that type of way?
Right.
Why? And I'm sorry if there's some cheaters in here right now that are going, well, I can tell you why.
Right, because it's fun. Okay.
Yeah. Do it all the time. Has been approved.
Just be careful next time you're going to the a bar in in Mississippi and buying your whatever, and then you got wife and kids back in Florida. You might not make it back.
Just like Nathan Millard, like I said, looking to hook up with the chicken. I mean, oh, what a web we weave when we first practice to deceive. I mean, look where it got Chris Watts, right? And that whole entanglement there. Look at look at Will Smith and his wife Jada. She cheated on him with her son's friend, right? I don't like her whatsoever, Jada Pinkett. I think she's a stinkit, and I lost absolutely every respect that I had for Will Smith. I don't care how good your movies are, dude. You, my friend, are a douche on there. And for what he did to Chris Rock, no respect. Zero, zilch, nothing. Whenever I see him now, I'm so disgusted just looking at him and his pathetic apology. Amber Turd, Johnny Depp. Love Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, too. Love Johnny Depp. Edward Scissorhands. Yeah. Speaking of... Hey, I have 3 channels that are doing absolutely nothing at this moment, okay? I have made them. They are sitting in my brain cells still. And when I find enough energy to tackle, I will. I forgot all about that channel, to be honest, until you just said it. I totally forgot about it. Keep Will Smith's name out of your mouth.
Keep Sonny's channel's names out of your mouth.
Yeah, keep Sonny's channel's name out of your mouth. Anyways, guys.
But you know what name you should keep in your mouth? Crime Scene to Courtroom, because that's where we'll be tomorrow at 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah. So you guys make sure you guys come and support us over there, okay? And again, go over and support Adam's channel if you can there. And
Please.
69 people. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys, we will see you tomorrow night. Love Johnny, hate Amber, hate Jada. I absolutely miss Dog Lover. We're on the same page then. Yeah, or we don't like those fakes. We know a fake when we see those people. Oh, what is this? What?
Live there.
What? Weren't we just talking about affairs and and all that stuff? And look what I'm looking at right there. Love you, Miss Dog. Yeah.
And
anyways,
for anyone that's not subscribed to Crime Scene to Courtroom, I'm sure both Sonny and I will both put it in the community pages of both channels tomorrow.
I dropped his link and I forgot to hit enter. There's the link right there. Okay, no excuse. The link's right there. Go subscribe over to his channel over there and come see us tomorrow with the Idaho case and talking with John and Alexa and Aspen and myself. And okay, all right, guys, and Miss Dog Lover, go get some sleep.
And I'm not seeing any definitive update in Scotty's case. So, yeah, I mean, I'll post something on my community page if something happens tonight, but I'm thinking it might be something else, but you never know.
Okay, thanks, Lacey. Thanks, Miss Dog Lover. Billy Bob Thornton. What a name. Good night, Mel.
Good night, Mel.
Good night. Yeah, good night, Cher. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by, of course. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 Lives. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.